This is Ramblin' Man, Moto, and Drone. Doing a little test riding on some changes. Not really big ones, but I took the ultimate seat completely off and kind of checked all my wire runs, make sure nothing was hindering the seat from sitting fully. And then I made sure I had someone help me push down the weight. And I can't tell if it did anything different. It's if it did, it was real subtle. So I think I'm gonna keep this seat. Second is I read a few posts that said if you put on like nitrile sort of gloves underneath your riding gloves, it will help keep your hands warm. So I tried that underneath these gloves I really like. I put on some like black gloves I had for cooking. I have no idea if it's helping. My hands are still a little chilly, but comfortable. I mean, comfortable enough it's not bothering me, but just a little chilly. Number three, I'm not sure if I kept this footage in another video I posted, but I'm wearing my Shoei full face helmet, not the modular helmet I bought recently. And there is a lot of cold air coming in. And it's really getting me because I don't understand how it's getting into the helmet. I've got the visor fully closed here in front. I've got all the vents closed. And I'm wearing a neck gaiter. And, you know, it's got the chin curtain. It is a mesh one that came with it. But there is like air coming in. It's the only part of my ride right now that is bugging me. And also this full face Shoei helmet that I've had since I started riding. By the way, I went back and looked up. It's been 2.5 years, I guess, that I've been riding. I've had this helmet from day one. I like it, but lately it's like my head shrunk, or the I'm exaggerating, but it's a lot looser. I have tighter cheek pads, but it feels like it's sitting on my eyebrows. It is sitting on my eyebrows because I looked in a mirror. And I'm gonna order this thicker foam for the interior of the helmet to go with the thicker cheek pads I've already have. I don't know if I washed, or you know, this foam, if it would get back to where it was. You know, maybe it's just gotten old. And I'll be honest, I don't clean this thing out that often. I've done it a couple of times. So there's no harm in pulling it out, washing it, seeing if maybe that helps. And then the last thing I did overnight, I actually did that this morning. I was trading comments with one of the commenters on one of my videos about the shocks. And I had commented how good this bike felt versus my Super Chief. And that sparked some back and forth about the shocks. It came with an air pump. I was able to find the air pump that came with the bike. I bought it used from a guy who put like 1,000 miles on it, and he had apparently never opened the air pump. It was still in the plastic bag. So I found it, and I've also found that he had never put any air in the shocks. So I took my weight and the cargo and estimated and where I thought that was, and put in the air that is suggested by Indian. That's on the left inside cover. And so I'm gonna go to a road where I know there's this, it's the same road I made the video on the other day, where there's kind of this bridge and the road comes down to the bridge. And always when I ride over it on my Super Chief Limited, it's always quite a bump, and it felt good on this bike. So I'm gonna go to that road and we'll see how it feels. Also, in one of my videos, I don't know that I've uploaded this video yet. I'm not sure I will. My GoPro footage just oddly, out of the blue, started pointing in all directions. And it was distorted on the edges. And I've posted a couple of questions on the GoPro support site and on the GoPro forums. I saw others had this issue. People told them to reset their camera and reinstall the firmware, which sucks having to do that because you have to reset all your settings back to the way you had them. I wish you could back up some of the settings like you do on your iPhone. But no one came back to say that it worked for them. They said they had people that came back and said they tried that and it did not work for them. So I haven't done it yet. I might do it tonight. You know, I think even with these vents closed, there's just a certain amount of air that's going to come in on the front as part of the ventilation of the helmet. Now that I'm getting up to speed a little more, I don't think this little trick with the cooking gloves underneath is doing anything. I really like these gloves, but below 55 or so, they're just not that effective. I really wish I could find some like this heated. One of the commenters on one of the videos said that, you know, they just use insulated gloves and they've done so down to 20 degrees, which maybe I'm just not buying the right gloves, but these I'm wearing I know are not meant for cold weather. I think they're meant for cool weather. But I'm really bugged by the air in the face right now. It's a lot, especially to have the vents closed. Cars right here are known to come over the line, so that's why I'm taking such a slower interior line. I've come through there with my car, and cars are all the way over the double yellow. Like right now, my ears, lips, and chin are pretty damn cold because it feels like the air is just coming through. Definitely on the gloves. I've got warmer gloves, so I'll switch off to those at some point. One of the bumps was also on this road. I just passed it. I didn't even think about it because this bike felt pretty good, but I'm working my way back to the loop. Alright, here's the road I was talking about. It goes down to this bridge, and you can see where, you know, you kind of hit. Let's see how this feels. Oh yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I put those air in the shocks, and man, that was great. Now the only thing I have that to compare to is my Scout and my Super Chief, and then this own bike before I put air in them. It felt great. I apologize for all the videos being about cold weather gear lately. It's been on my mind because I want to ride, and I'm surprised to see the number of people that don't use heated gloves and say that, you know, they just buy insulated gloves and they're fine. I've seen that on forums and stuff, and you know, I've got a couple of pair of good insulated gloves, I think, and my hands are still cold. Is that a cop sitting there? I think it is. That's pretty dirty. Man, what is it? These cops trying to get us out here. Seems to be an increased presence out here lately. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. One of the commenters picked up on the fact I moved this and commented that this Nasal is one of the best things about the Springfield, and I do have to agree. I'm glad I moved it back. You know, I could see the advantage of having it center, but I agree, I wanted that view. In case you're considering getting these same gloves, the Lee Park design, I love the wide opening, but they are not meant for weather at 50 degrees or below roughly. My right hand is super cold.